Hey guys, a lot of you have asked, a lot of our friends out there, about seeing more of the Temple of Boom. It's this gun room studio that I've been working on for probably about since Thanksgiving. I think kicked it off last year. We had a couple little hiccups and delays, but I want to show you guys real quick, like, so you can get an idea. You'll notice a lot of the pallet work, woodwork in here. I've got a bunch of old pallet wood. In fact, let me show you on this wall. You can see it a little better. You see the pallet work here. What I did is I took like some really old wood with the knot holes and stuff like that, and I went in here and I used that chalk paint, and I kind of painted it in various areas. You might notice kind of made the wood look burnt in some cases like this, and then I got a sander. In many cases I would hit the edges of it really good with some heavy grit sandpaper, about 60 grit. So again, of course, the ceiling too. You see I've done the entire ceiling with that as well. So what I did is, again, I just took all that, it's all pallet, all reclaimed wood. Again, I'm no recycler, but it's kind of cool to use that, and it didn't cost me anything. I mean, the paint, whatever the paint cost me, and I had the sander and the sanding pad. But nevertheless, we did that. Got some kind of cool old photographs over here, some old patents on some old firearms. Kind of cool. John Browning, of course, is on there. There's no real rhyme or reason for some of these guns. My good buddies up here, Fostech Arms, one of the Origin 12s with a 25 round drum on it. An old muzzle loader rifle from my dad back in the day. Some of my 1911s right here. Some old school, I guess not old school, but pretty much somewhat plain. We've got a Colt 6900 AR-15. This is actually a Wind & Weaponry AR-15. It's the one we did our gun bully segment on. Beat this thing up, threw it in sand, mud, ditch, you name it, we did it to it. MR556 by HK. This is one of my Colt competition rifles right here. I've actually got the Fostech Echo trigger in it. You talk about a beast with this compressor on the front of it. Definitely kind of cool, man. It made that gun fun to shoot. A couple of guns I haven't shot yet. Did I say compressor? I think I said compressor. This is not a compressor. Yeah, that's not what that is. We've also got the Ruger 6.5 Creedmoor. Has not been fired before. That's a Colt 2012 precision rifle right there. Weighs about 14 pounds. It's heavy. It's also never been fired before. I do want to take that out there. That's a beautiful gun right there. I like that fluted barrel. Really good looking barrel on that thing. But yeah, that Colt 2012, that's neat. It's on a, forget the chassis on that one, but it's one of those, I'm not going to get it right. I'm not even going to try it. One of our buddies right here, X Products, gave us the X-Rail, the drum. That's kind of cool. One of my favorite shotguns that I've redone. Nothing special about it. Remington 870 with the Magpul tactical furniture on it. Really like it. Just a real aggressive look. A lot of you guys, if you watch any of our live videos, you've seen these bad boys right here already. These are the rifles that I'm going to be including in my Cold War rifle segment. You know, obviously the FN-FAL down here at the bottom. I mean, just a beautiful gun. This is one of the best, probably one of the ones I'm most proud of by DS Arms. These guys make quality products. G3 here, M14, an old, I guess you could say M16 style AR-15, of course AK-47, and an IWI Tavor up there in 308. Another 308 up here, a POF, Patriot Ordnance Factory, a couple of Kalashnikovs right here. This is kind of cool. This is the Colt 901. I believe this is, pretty sure it's a 901. Don't see the number on it, but I think that's what the number is. This is the one that you can change between, you change the mag well out on it, and you can change between 5.56 and 308. This is kind of a, you know, it's kind of a unicorn. Not a lot of people have this out there, and it's a little bit unique rifle. I'm kind of proud of it. I like it. Of course, the Tavor. I think that this is the RFB. I say I think. I forget. I lose track of the letters sometimes. By Kel-Tec, which everybody knows the SOCOM 16 by Springfield Armory. A couple of shotguns I like. Got a few shotguns. There's Tactical J with his gun control uniform t-shirt on. Let's walk around the room over here. A couple of shotguns over the door here. We've got a Browning over and under, Browning Satori shotgun there. And of course the UTAS and the KSG. You look over here. Some of these guns are more special to me than others. Some of them just look good where they're at. This one here is a beautiful gun by Turnbull. It's a reproduction of a 1911. I don't know if you can see it very well. We'll do some videos with a little more detail. I'm just using my phone right now. This is kind of cool, kind of a cold, speaking of the Cold War CZ75. I really like this SIG, Molinave, and then this is a beautiful little STI Lawman right there. Of course, you can't go wrong with M1 Garand. Neither can you with an M249 saw. And who can say that they didn't want, or at least want to shoot or handle one of these bad boys, Tommy gun tonight. I love the Remington Versamax shotgun. I actually have two of them. I love them. And I put the X-Rail on the front of this one. This thing holds 23 rounds of 12 gauge shotgun shells. One of my favorite shotguns right up here. One of the smoothest cycling, lightest, and easiest to aim shotguns. The Benelli Super Venti. And of course, you see I have some other little guns up here that I'm just fond of. I mean, they look good. They look nice. Let's come over to this wall here. You see I've got some kind of neat stuff that I've collected over time from different banquets and auctions and whatnot that I've kind of gathered. Just stuff, you know, stuff you kind of gather, and at some point you want to put it somewhere. Kind of where I put it. An old gun when my dad passed away. We were having an estate sale, and some old man found this in a box of tools right here. So I left it just like it is, just how I found it, or just like how he found it, I should say. That's actually an old light meter that my dad had, taking pictures. That's probably from back in the 50s and 60s, an old light meter. Kind of cool stuff there. You see I've got some, I guess if you want to call them AR pistols or sub guns or whatever you want to call them. I have these guys mounted up right here. I'm not going to go through everything. A couple of suppressors that I have down here, and then in my FLIR thermal imaging. Another Wyndham weaponry. This is actually our own signature series Wyndham weaponry model. It's a 308 that Wyndham's making for us. And of course, it's got an X Products 50 round drum on it. Could not have that on there. Another gun from my dad. This is an old Colt single action Army 357. Really cool gun. I like that gun a lot. Means a lot to me, being that it's from my dad. This right here is a Turnbull manufacturing gun also, like the other one I showed you, but this one is case hardened steel, and it's got giraffe bone grips that Doug Turnbull himself gave me as a gift. I'm real proud of that, really proud of that. And people wonder why I have this Glock right here. This is one of the first semi-automatic pistols I ever bought as an adult. This would have been purchased back in the, oh my goodness, the early 90s at some point, in the early 90s. That's why it's up here. Military edition, Henry repeating arms rifle here. 22 long rifle, short, all that good stuff. The cool thing about this one is it's kind of a commemorative issue for the military. So you can see all the military insignias on it. Not to mention the beautiful work on it, as all Henry rifles are. So really cool. My laptop Mac is over here, but it usually goes over here. And I do a lot of my video editing up here. You see, I do my voiceover right here also with the James Hetfield mic. Another fun thing from X Products, our buddy Dewey over there, the cannon. What a blast that thing is. Some other ARs. This one is an LWRC. This one's a Daniel Defense. This is my rig to film in the studio. I've got my monitor right here, my regular camera, all my good stuff. It's kind of a dumpy looking rig, but it works. It gets the job done. My wireless mic. Of course, I've got some lights in here also. A few more guns up top. This was a hard gun to get for a little while. 6 hour, I think it's the XI, I believe. I don't know. I don't memorize all this stuff, but I think that's what it is. It's 6 hour XI and 5.56. Pretty cool gun. Here's my other Remington Versamax. I really like it. Another gun from my dad, an old Remington shotgun, 12 gauge automatic. Some other ARs down here. This is one that I basically rebuilt out of an M&P. This is the only thing that's still Smith & Wesson M&P on it, is the actual lower. And I changed everything else out, including the bolt carrier group. So this right here is kind of cool. When I want to do B-roll, if you ever wonder how people video things and they get that really steady look, I'm going to see if I can show you real quick. If you notice that when a camera is panning back and forth, and you get like an incredibly steady, I'm changing the settings on it so I can get this thing rolling. If you wonder how people get so steady with it, this is how. Okay, let's say I want to shoot video of those two guns back there. I use my remote here, and I can make this thing, if you notice, this thing is moving by itself. That's how you get that real steady look. I can stop it and go back the other direction. That's a real slow, steady pan that you can get to, let me turn it off, to really make this thing look good. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I've got a table here in the middle of the Temple of Boom that I do a lot of either I do videos on, segments on. These are practice blue guns right here for a child safety class that we have coming up on how to properly store firearms in the house. But any kind of gunsmithing I might do here, but I also have it to where this table can be utilized with my camera set up over there and do videoing here of, you know, how-to projects, laying firearms out and things like that. So kind of cool. You know, I've still got some guns on the floor down here that need to be picked up and put on the wall. Brent over at Gallo Technologies is putting out some cool new handgun and rifle hangers for me, and he's sending them my way. So I'll have those very, very soon, and I'll be able to complete taking every gun off the floor and putting it on the wall where they belong. And at that point, we'll show you guys another video. I just want to do a quick walkthrough because a lot of you guys have asked about it in the past, and I just wanted you all to see what we've got going on here. And somebody just asked about humidity because we are live right now. Right now I have a temporary air conditioner / dehumidifier in here. It does the trick. It keeps my humidity down. I can keep it down to around 30. I always hear between 35 and 50%. 50 sounds kind of high to me, but I can keep my humidity down to about 30 to 35 in here. In Louisiana, it's kind of tough. I have seen my humidity get up as high as 50% in here, or even 55%. But when it did that, I came in here and, you know, I looked at everything, and it wasn't a drastic drop or change. You know, in the gun community, that's what they always tell you. Anything drastic is what you want to avoid. And I've been able to avoid that in here. I've never had anything real drastic in here. So I've been fortunate enough that any kind of change in my humidity, or even my temperature for that matter, has been real, you know, gradual. So nothing enough to where I had any condensation build up in here or anything like that. So it's really, you know, so far been effective. This winter, again, we're in Louisiana. I mean, my attic that surrounds this area, it gets up to 140 degrees out there. So I'm not working in it this summer. The guns are okay right now. They're fine. So I don't feel the need to have that sense of urgency right now. But this winter I am going to put in a dual system that's going to be able to control all that and be a little bit more effective than what I have right now. What I have now is keeping up, but I don't want something that's keeping up. I want something that's going to go beyond. Like if I want to come in here and turn all these lights on, all these studio lights, they even have these lights up here. If I want to come in here and turn all these lights on, it's going to generate some heat. So I want a system that's not just keeping up. I want a system that's blowing and going. I want to be able to get the temperature around 65 degrees if I want to, so that whenever I'm filming and have all these lights on, I walk out of here and it's still no hotter than 70 degrees. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I can't really see the messaging on my phone for those of you that are live and watching this as I film it. I appreciate you guys, but I want to do this real quick. Again, this is a Temple of Boom, something I worked really hard on, and I'm glad you guys could kind of hang out with me and kind of enjoy it with me. And it's continuing to grow, continuing to change some things in it, and as I do it, I will continue to post some videos. Thank you guys for hanging out. We will see you another time.